Ripa criticizes the lustful response of the live audience to husband Mark Consuelos' special segment. Ripa has criticized the live audience for their response to Friday's show. In response to a special section that her husband, Mark Consuelos, does, she termed them lusty. 53, and Mark, 52, played Stump Mark, just like every previous show. The host moved from discussing subjects they had gathered research on to the daily game. All okay, you're all aware of the time, right? Kelly queried. It's time to play. The crowd exclaimed, Stump Mark. As they joined in, Mark remarked, I like it, in response to their response. The live host could be heard talking about the response when the game's emblem appeared on the screen. Lusty, Kelly remarked. A lusty Stump Mark. Yes, exclaimed she. Mark continued playing the game after turning to face the screen where the contestant was calling in. Establishing a Kelly has criticized the crowd for their poor replies lately, even though she appreciated their response on Friday's broadcast. Kelly asked the audience to raise their voices during another Stump Mark session. She said, you know what time it is. As she exclaimed, it's time for Stump Mark. The audience joined in. The audience applauded during the game's introduction. Kelly lifted a finger just as Mark was ready to begin the game. I'm assuming you're all tired from the extra hour of sleep and the marathon, because that Stump Mark was very lame, she said. The audience responded more loudly when she asked them to do it again. That's better, Kelly said to Mark with her mouth. Mark gestured up and said, this time, the upper deck came with it. Yes, they did. Kelly shot back. They brought it. As Mark started the game. Be active. Kelly referred to the audience's response as being pathetic approximately a week prior. All right, you are all aware of the time. Now is the time to play, Kelly remarked, pausing to let the audience to respond. They offered a feeble Stump Mark, while Mark raised his fist. Kelly cut him off before he could introduce the guest. Guys, please wait, she gestured with her hand. That was a very lame Stump Mark. I know that you had to stand outside for a long time in the rain, but it's time to play, she said again. Stump Mark, the crowd exclaimed, showing a little more vigor. With a mouthful of that's better, Kelly turned to face her husband and then rolled her eyes and shook her head. When Kelly was satisfied, Mark resumed the game.